Hmm. What a way to get shown out.
The nerve of that woman. What's with that horrible attitude?
Guess that's just how she is.
And why was Apollo going along with her?
Apollo must know something. The question is, what does Apollo know? Guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost Clay just how like Aura lost Dr. Sykes.
I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all.
I still wonder if they've ever found out, gotten confirmation that the two of them are half siblings. Do they know yet? The game hasn't confirmed if like Phoenix ever told the two of them that they're brother and sister.
I don't think he has. He probably would if they got romantically involved.
Like, guys, you two are brother and sister. This is not okay.
He's usually not all cool and dark and mysterious like that.
Guess that's true. Does she mean she's usually? Does she mean he's usually silly and dorky?
I'm going to keep an eye on him.
Hey, wait, Trucy, come back! So she's gonna go spy on Apollo. Interesting. What should I do now? Tough World Party is probably still questioning Athena. Guess I'll go back to the office alone. Well, here I am. This office never felt so empty. Because I haven't been here in the office all by myself in a long time. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me. Then, for a while after that, she was always by my side. Now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Huh?
Letter from Maya?
Something on the floor. What's a letter doing here? It is that drawing. That is 100% a Maya drawing.
Yep.
Hey, Nick. It's been a while, huh? Miss me? I know this handwriting. I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding court. Must have really been something. Although weirdest part for the course was you. Are we gonna bring in like Maya or Pearls and they're gonna summon Clay's spirit?
That'd be interesting.
I think she, or whatever paper she's reading, is a little off on details. I'll have to come visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part of my training. So instead, think of me as watch those Steel Samurai videos I sent. Sure it'll cheer you up, right? Yours truly, Maya Fay. Good old Maya. It's as if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, she's a spirit medium. This Magatama I use on Cyclops, Maya is the one who gave it to me. But I wonder how this letter got here.
Pearl?
Mr. Nick? Oh,
Pearl?
it's Pearl!
Older Pearl? I gotta see this.
Ah! Yeah!
Oh my god! Who's doing her?
Who indeed?
I guess I can.
Yeah, we'll let you.
I guess I'll. Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, it's you, Pearls? Pearls, please.
When I see you wearing your attorney's badge like that, brings back such memories.
Remember you helping me conduct my investigations from time to time.
I'm glad I can help again. Trying to find a voice.
Thanks. You always provide such great assistance.
I'll do my best to live up to Mystic Maya's standard.
I don't know what I'd do if Pearls wasn't here right now.
How have you been, Mr. Nick?
This is Pearl Faye, so I call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. A very talented one at that. Known her since she was 8 years old. She in the court record yet? Not yet. But Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. You didn't come all this way just to bring me a letter, did you?
I apologize for bugging in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. Your office doesn't look any different.
Does this
Thanks,
look like
bro.
a courtroom to you? She's even further off on the details than Maya. Wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls. There's a lot going on.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't come here for a social visit, you know, Mr. Nick. Did you read the postscript on the letter?
Huh? There's more? Yeah, here it is. P.S. Bet you've been too busy to clean or take care of the office. Laura said she would come help you. Isn't she sweet? You'd better thank her. Oh, so that's what you're doing here. It's awfully nice of you, Pearls. I am Pearls. Thanks to these two. I'm starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls.
Now that I'm here, I'm gonna whip this place into shape.
Oh dear, what's Trilogy gonna do when she comes back and everything's all sorted and normal? Like, wait, where's all my magic tricks?
You just concentrate on your work and don't mind me at all.
I need to talk to Prosecutor Blackwell if I want to learn more about his case. So the trial's still going on. Must be holding him down at a detention center. Better wet my throat because if we're about to talk to Blackwell. Well, look who's here. Wonder what they're talking about.
All this time and you haven't said a word. It's even turning your hair gray.
I don't have anything to say to you, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Also, it's Aura he's talking to.
Yep.
Hey, Blackwell.
Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk.
Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today?
Enough for today. Today is all there is when there's no tomorrow. Is he gonna be executed?
Oh, maybe it's not statute of limitations. Maybe tomorrow is his sentence is being carried out. What if it's that?
I think it's very likely if there's no tomorrow.
Like a 7-year statute of limitations does seem weird, but if tomorrow is the day of the execution,
It matters.
ooh. When there's no tomorrow. What is she talking about? Come on, Phoenix. Put it together. We have company, Aura. Please try to calm down.
All right, fine. I see you're not going to listen no matter what I say. I've had it. If that's the way you're going to be, I have another plan up my sleeve. I hope you're happy, Simon, because I'm done. Do as you please. See if I care.
Wow. Good cut. The tension in here was a katana. Well, yeah, a katana's sharp. Duh. We haven't gotten a straight-on look of Black Quill before. This is new.
First time.
Right, Dono. It looks like Fulbright saved your case in court this morning.
What? Oh, yeah, he did. You bounced back to business quick. Prosecutor Blackwell, forgive me, but it was just the thing to do.
But, as a result, Sykes Dono was arrested. Was that just the thing to do?
Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evidence. What else could I do? Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocent.
I wouldn't take things so lightly if I were you. Right, Dono.
This is blade-proof glass, right?
At least I hope so.
Hey, Blackwell, do you have anything?
How can you call yourself a lawyer if you can't even protect your own subordinate?
Swear I'll get her acquitted. You'll see.
Your mind must be as dense as your hair on your head. Do you really think it would be so easy?
More than aware of how hard it's going to be, thank you very much. Prosecutor Blackwell, we're looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody you call the Phantom of 7 years past, aren't you?
You villain! Where did you hear about that?
This glass is absolutely, positively blade-proof, right?
At least I hope so.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't say a single word. Oh! Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault.
Fulbright, what am I going to do with you?
Could you tell me who this Phantom is? Also, you didn't really kill Dr. Sykes, did you?
God, the guest is leaving.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please listen to me. The culprit in the current case might be the same as the one from 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we could probably solve both cases.
I suppose I could talk.
Oh, now we got his interest. It's like, hey, we could talk about 7 years ago and like solve both cases. Like,
Solve both cases? Fine, I guess I'll talk. The one who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I stole Psychodono's mother away from her. I destroyed her life.
Prosecutor Blackwell.
God, where are you? Stop dragging your feet, I tell you.
What if he's protecting his sister?
Maybe. But like, he's still searching for the Phantom of the past. If he was searching for, if it was his sister, like, wouldn't he call that out? There he goes. No! We have upset Prosecutor Blackwell. Now what are we going to do, Mr. Lawyer? There isn't much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you a little more about that old case? Well, I guess it won't make any difference now. What would you like to know? You know anything about the trial that got him convicted? Little. This is called the incident UR1 incident. Prosecutor Blackwell was charged with murdering his psychology mentor. Kind of like your red Mr. Lawyer were to kill you. I don't want to think about that one. Yeah, Apollo's gonna kill you one day, Phoenix. Don't you worry about it. Just like how you were accused of killing your mentor, Mia Fey. Oops. There were two decisive pieces of evidence, so a verdict was reached very quickly. 2 pieces of evidence, huh? What were they? Let's see. First was some security camera footage. He's the only one who used the corridor to the murder at the time of the crime. The only one, huh? Ouch, that does sound pretty decisive. Could you show me that footage? Oh, sorry, I don't have it with me right now. Guess I'll have to see it in some other time. What was the second piece of evidence? This one's even more criminal. Photo of the moment of the crime.
Hair's all black. That on the left with blood on it.
Who took this picture? Because this is also on the opposite side. Because like that, the window behind, like he's looking towards, is the emergency window.
Yeah.
So, like, and it looks like we're already looking through a window here. What the heck? It was the victims kept on display in the room. She had a thing for Japanese culture. Wow. Hard to explain this one away. Who took this picture, detective? The incident took place the day before the Hat 1 launch. The reporter who had come to do a story on the launch was in a room across from the lab. This happened to show up in one of the pictures he took. Interesting. Prosecutor Blackwell's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Prosecutor Blackwell said he was hunting a phantom from 7 years ago, didn't he? Yes. And I imagine it's getting more and more urgent as execution date approaches. Yep.
Damn, that was pretty accurate.
Oh dear. Like, how do you explain it away? Like, what did you say? His execution date. What? Did I say something? Never mind me. You didn't hear a thing. We heard it. So he was given the death sentence. Yes, you told me not to tell you people, actually. But I guess there's no sense in hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow. What? Tomorrow? No. But what if the current culprit of the current case is the same as the one from 7 years ago? It would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackwell would be executed tomorrow under a false charge. That would be unthinkable. We have to do something right now. Yeah. I want to do something. I want to, but you're a lawyer. You don't know how hard it is to overturn a decision. I know, but why? Why isn't Prosecutor Blackwell putting up any kind of a fight? You saw how he was, right? You've been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own sister could persuade him. Uncooperative. When he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit? This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow. Oh, pardon me. Looks like I have a phone call. Vol right here. What? What's happening? You've got to be kidding. It's quite a reaction. Bet he's making some big show of it right now. Mr. Lawyer, the robots. The robots are. Detective Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of. Did the robots die or something? Did something happen to Clonko and Ponko? No, not a malfunction. They're staging a revolt. The machines are rebelling against humans. Oh boy. They've holded themselves in the Space Center and taken the visitors hostages. So someone hacked the robots. They did what? No. Trucy. We have to get over there. This is going to be one heck of a battle. Riot police are here. The Aurors really are holding people hostage. Look, Mr. Lawyer, what do you suppose that group of people are swarming?
But I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost.
You have declared war on us humans. You've even taken hostages already.
Stay away from it. You'll never know what it'll do.
It's not. But he's not a bad robot. Can't you see he's trying to help me?
Recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own? Leave it to me. All right, people. What's going on here? Oh, Pearls is here. What is Pearls doing here?
Interesting. Oh, Mr. Nick, there you are.
Pearls, what are you doing?
I heard the terrible news and I got so worried.
Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself.
I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I am happy.
Blanco seems the same as before.
When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are... Oh, did I say something odd? Did I error?
Uh-oh. There is something wrong with him.
Yeah, we're... It looks like he fell asleep. He must have been tired. He, ha 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 ha.
Uh-oh, is he about to turn? He's about to turn.
Ha ha ha. Human beings are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over.
Ah! The robots are rebelling. Everyone run!
It's an all-out war. It's the end of the world.
Ah, fools. How could you fall for something so cliche? I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely.
Oh, who's controlling them? What?
But it is true I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad.
Uh-oh.
Hey you, hostage number 1, come here. I'll let you talk to them.
This is gonna be Trucy, isn't it? Huh? There's something being displayed on Clonko's face screen. It's the Space Museum.
Daddy, is that you?
Trucy, is that you? No. Trucy, are you alright?
About 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They've gone haywire. A researcher is the one behind it. She's here, eek.
She.
Girl, this little girl talks too much.
Trucy, talk to me.
Why are you doing this? I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening.
Bobby Fulbright here. I'm all ears.
I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Turan's murderer, Athena Sykes.
What? Cena. Now hold on just a moment. I can't just give in to a demand like that.
So you don't care what happens to these hostages? Huh. I'll just pick one out then.
No, wait. Mr. Lawyer. I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do. Promise me. Promise me you'll never hand Athena over. You won't give up on the hostages, Caesar. Of course I won't. Now I better go contact headquarters.
Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time?
No idea yet. But this hostage taker, could it be?
If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have the hunk of junk kill all the hostages. Gee, I wonder who it is.
It has to be Aura.
Yeah.
Aura's the only one that really can program them. Princess. Hunk of junk? There's only one person that could be. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip.
Blackwell?
Simon. Miss Hostage Taker, Athena is not a murderer.
What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they got her in detention.
So what? I'm telling you the truth. Look at the person. The person you want is the real killer, right? Well, if it's not Athena, it's someone else.
Alright, let's hear your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer?
I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one from the case 7 years ago. Though you are one innocent, I believe you have a personal interest in that case.
It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is.
But is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it.
Yes. What exactly are you proposing?
What can I do about the 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker?
Retry it in court.
Most likely, yeah. I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If we make that demand now, I'm sure no one will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth. Hee hee hee.
Hee hee hee.
Hee hee hee.
Ha 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 ha. That's good. Real good. Hey, detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get a courtroom ready.
1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow.
Tomorrow's too late. If you don't mind losing hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial, we need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that.
She will?
And I guess I can be fair and let you come in and check out the crime scene. But Hunk of Junk here will be watching you, so don't try anything funny. You got that? What if Aura didn't do it, and she's doing this?
She's doing this to try to get the case retried.
Yeah, if Aura isn't... I don't think she did it. There must be a party we don't know about. Mr. Nick, wait. I'll help you with the investigation. Hey, she is helpful.
Thanks, Pearls. Appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. Aura dropped us off with a warning not to touch anything until she's got back.
I wonder what's taking so long. But we can't really start the investigation yet, can we?
Even if we could, this mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago.
Mr. Wright?
Ah, it's a hostage taker.
I'm back to my usual self now. You are still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived. Apollo?
I guess. Edgeworth!
Oh, let's go! Was he the prosecutor in that case?
Maybe. We don't know.
I trust you've been well, right?
Oh god, he's even sexier than before. I mean, what?
Edgeworth, what are you doing here?
Who's doing Edge?
Well, he's prosecutor, so ask me. even though, like, who does what at this point doesn't really matter because like we just got so many voices going on.
Yep.
I didn't actually read that. This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in the court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor. But now.
Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you?
He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon it'll be a year, right? A title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? It must be nice to finally have your attorney's badge back. Yeah, it's been 8 years. I'm sorry for all I put you through. No, I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you. Nah, I'm the one who made the decision. But now you can stand in court once again. And you can mow them down just like you used to. Oh, way to put a pressure on the guy. And since when did I get such a brutal reputation? So what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The captor chose me as a prosecutor for the UR1 case. Wow, she's good. So all the way up to the top. I gathered all the information I could in the short time I had. I'll give you a rundown.
You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Thanks. I appreciate this. I could really use the help. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was a psychologist, Dr. Metis Sykes. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room. I have the 2 crime photos and the police notes on them for you to see.
What a terrible way to die. We have the mask, we have the missing moon rock, we have the upside down capsule for whatever reason, hope capsule.
This is the other photo of the other side of the room. I have the autopsy report for you as well. Cause of death was a stab wound to the chest. The weapon pierced the heart, so death was instantaneous. The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene. Yeah, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture. The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. Police were called in because of a sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch. Yes, Director Cosmos mentioned this too. A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor. I hear this trial was over in a flash. Yes, a guilty verdict was decided in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too. security camera video, and a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall.
But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive?
To this day, his motives is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but he would never say why. So that means he must still be hiding something. Right. And there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public. Yeah, I know. The part about the spy, right? Right. How on earth do you know about that? Director Cosmos told me, after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle.
Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets.
Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. But if you could prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy, we can stage the execution. It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you in any way I can. Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence.
Let's do it together.
Okay, so we can't do a 360. We can only do left and right. Let's start on this side. I'm curious about this. It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench.
Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor?
That isn't a food processor, Pearls. That's the Hope capsule. What was the Hope capsule doing in her office, though? That does seem weird. It was scheduled to be loaded onto the Hope space probe that fateful day. 3 people came in to collect the capsule and discovered the body. First on the scene, huh? Staff member and 2 police officers, was it? They were here to collect the capsule, which reminds me. Edgeworth, did those 3 people have the bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's custom-made, shock-resistant bag. How did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it. That's all. So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he? Where is Apollo right now? Is Apollo one of the people captured?
Guess we gotta talk about the elephant in the room.
This is one heck of a robot.
There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem?
Sure.
I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law.
What?
I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judge Tron, JT02.
I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet. He's right, Pearl. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. They were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred in the space probe and had been removed from the room. So it's long gone by the time someone took this picture.
And you can see the probe in this newspaper photo.
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. The strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture. Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo. to the person who stole it. Think it was our spy? I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackpool is the culprit.
You notice in that photo, they're missing the third one on the left, the tallest one?
Yeah, that's where we're missing, man. Hey, look. It's this row of rolling cases. The wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research materials around.
I bet they'd be fun to ride around in. We could even probably both fit into the biggest one. I know we could have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us. Yeah.
I don't trust him to push us down a flight of stairs. Okay, it didn't do anything. What's this? A giant robot arm, maybe?
It's pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these thin parts here are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs.
And there's a spiked ball and giant drill on the floor, too. So we're trying to build some kind of weapon of mass destruction?
Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something.
Compared to her gleefully tearing down the street, just doing that. Better not think about it anymore. What's this? It looks like a giant power plug. It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station.
That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically and charge ourselves up.
Wow, machines that maintain themselves. That's pretty cool.
If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see.
Dear. Nothing motivates quite like fear. Looks like an operating table. It's in the photo too. Yes, it was here at the time as well, with the victim's body laying in it.
There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it.
Pearls, don't touch it.
Oopsie.
It appears to be a robot assembly device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. So we're just gonna let that do its thing. Emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation. Oh, I didn't read any of that.
It was lowered to the ground from the window.
Luke Blackpool was climbing. As Miss Blackpool was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. Wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. Aura's desk is a mess. That doesn't surprise me.
I think I got how the murder was done. Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up.
You're not gonna explain?
In the photo, like, go to evidence right now. And look at the photo, not of that one, right? Because that's all normal. What I'm looking at is actually the Black Quill photo. Look at that lovely little arm.
It's bloody.
With blood on it. Right, so what's probably happening is that's part of a robot. And let's say she was drugged or some sense of the sort, right? Sitting on that table. That part was switched out or was pulled off by him, and then he pulled the knife out. Right, the katana out. So I think that she was laying back like this, and then there's the one part that comes down with two arms like this. And I think that entire part was replaced by a katana, and it just dove straight down into her and punctured her heart.
Could very well be.
What I'm also concerned about is what are those black marks on that part, right? It's not tape. Ink or something, you know?
It's ink or something's written on it. Wait, before you do. It's Metis Sykes. Blanco, can I talk to you? Really hope he's back to me.
You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area.
Hey, don't put me in the same class as a woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident?
When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused.
Huh? So Dr. Sykes' mother. But Aura Blackwell is Miss Aura.
With a loss, she exhibited a severe catecholamine imbalance. Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. She would spend the night crying and then take out her feelings on those around her.
That sounds about right. After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura.
Before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Clonko, huh?
That murder destroyed so many lives.
Right. Take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Ponko and Clonko. They're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. Ponko's serial features can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system. Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag. Can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered. Can infer people's emotions by analyzing the tone of their voice and communicate with them. Heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present.
Nope.
What?
I think someone commanded one of the robots to kill her, actually. Never mind my theory about that. Right. So, what state is she in when she is in her deathbed, so to speak? She has no coat, right? And maybe she didn't register. Yeah, she's wearing a lab coat. Her coat's on the floor. So maybe someone like drugged her, took off the coat.
Also,
and
what's
had the robot
piece below her? Like that white square.
I don't know. Looks like a tissue.
Also,
could be a paper.
Got the coat on the floor over there.
So I don't think the robot recognized he was there.
In addition, they can recognize people by ID tag or facial features. They can infer people's emotions by analyzing the tone of their tone of voice. It's amazing. Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth. They might have been even more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? Kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Just now put that together, Phoenix? Well, I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, right? Any ideas? Still a lot of gaps in the evidence. Put together somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth?
What? He did?
Yep. You called it a special request. You reached out to me while I was still disbarred.
That's what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back.
So that's who Phoenix was on the phone with at the beginning of the game. It was Edgeworth the whole time. Yep, it's a Blackwell case. Or not. Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up. You must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the Dark Age of Law. Very soon, a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Just when I was beginning to actually like the job I have now. Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of that espionage aspect, I was free to give you all the details. I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. Okay, so it was that phone call. Got it. Looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. It's time to bring an end. I'm going to end the Dark Age of Law. That's what this is all about.
The Dark Age of the Law. Sure comes up a lot these days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrications of evidence than ever.
When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence. And a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder.
Wait, did you mean?
That's right. He's talking about my case in the prosecutor Blackwell's. It was downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare. After those 2 cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion tainted, and before long, the legal world itself was sucked into it. Such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together.
It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and to each other.
Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued more than the truth. I'm sure it caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times. I'm sure it is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate the robots. It can really only be Aura Blackquill. Who else but her would want a retrial for that case from 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackpool's older sister, and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intends to force Miss Sykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. Yep. The important thing is that you solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence. You know what Phoenix was referring to, right, Earl?
Yep.
Because Aura kind of said it yesterday. She doesn't want to see the killer tried. She just wants to kill him herself. So that means Aura wants to kill Athena.
And then maybe she'll release the hostages.
I'm counting on you, right? To set that prosecutor and the hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in the court to help me, too. Of course, I'll do everything I can to help uncover the truth. And this isn't an official trial. I'm more at liberty to be a little unorthodox.
Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation?
Yeah, but I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena.
He's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center.
So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again.
Oh boy.
She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages.
Oh, Mr. Wright. And Pearly, too. She knows Pearly. I knew you would come. After all, the first step in an interview with the defendant.
Because you're my friend, and I was worried about you.
Heh. Thanks, boss.
I'm not the only one who's worried either.
Really, who else?
I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself. She came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place.
Oh, so you know, huh? I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
That's all right. But there are some other things I'd like to ask you.
Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you. I wonder if I'll ever get the chance to present evidence like that again. I'll probably never work as a lawyer again now.
Don't talk like that, Athena. We're gonna clear you of all suspicion. Just you wait.
I hope you can. I really hope you can.
Tell me about the day Clay was murdered.
I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum.
Where the culprit fled to? That's not good.
I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. But when I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat 2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would have been different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said close to repairs and they weren't letting anybody in.
Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people in there.
But I snuck in anyway.
Do you want to see the Hat One group photo? The one with your mother.
I did. But what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
Also, that's her jacket. The jacket on display. That was Dr. Sykes?
How was it slashed through on the side if it was directly through the heart? But I should have known it would have been easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me.
Was she the non-police officer that found the body? Because said it was
Everything
one
around
person
me
and
was...
two officers. Was
Yep,
it
it's her.
Oh no.
Everything around me went hazy, and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow. But I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me.
Maybe you're confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave?
How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? She was out until noon?
She was out for quite a while.
I was out until about noon the next day. I didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into boarding lounge too. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home.
No memory, huh? It's gonna be tough.
Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay?
I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So during the entire incident, she was unconscious in a space museum. Of course, I believe her. But will anybody else? So yeah, so she was she went into the
Boarding lounge 2.
Boarding lounge 2. Well, I'm trying to think. Like, when she went in, was it before or after the switch?
The switch would have had to bring them back, right? Because... So she was present for both switches.
Yeah. So, like, it seems like they hadn't been switched yet when she went in, because she did talk about being in the museum, passed out, and she was unconscious from there until after the incident was done.
Yeah, so the explosions happened with her there.
What kind of research was Dr. Sykes, your mother, doing?
Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice. And my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said that they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow, robots can understand people. I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that, dredging up all that old stuff.
No need to apologize. I guess her home life was complicated. By the way, Miss Woods said something about you always wearing headphones.
I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hated them so much, but she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation. But I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand.
Okay, well, let me say this one thing. Notice your mother only thought of you as some handy subject for her research.
I want to believe that. But just about the only things my mother left me are widget and this earring. Oh, it's beautiful. It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me in her own way.
Sure of it. Really sure she did. Because that's what I want to believe, too. Better ask her a little more about her mother's research. Show her that paper I found in a robotics lab.
Oh, the Ponko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab.
You seem to really love Ponko and Clanko.
Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know? Did you realize?
Ponko's right there. The
Look at
arm?
Ponko's arm.
It's the arm. Oh dear.
Who's the robot? Like, who?
It's Ponko.
We have two sad options for this, you know that? Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo, too. Haha, see Ponko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them around and around. Pretty bad job, huh? But I really put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought if that robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was.
Looks like there's something written on the bandages.
Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Ponko." But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Oh, that must be the thing I made move in the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. Sorry, my chat's making me laugh. It looked
Yeah.
like just like magic to me, what she could do.
The little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center?
Yes, a little. And this person has even taken hostages.
I guess I'd better spare her the news about Trucy. Well, after some negotiation, we agreed to a retrial of the case from 7 years ago.
What? You're kidding me. So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might...
Yep, I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So wait, did you know him back then? Also, like, this is coming to what, like, I mentioned before, is like the final case could be like a trial with Blackwell as the defendant.
Yep. Yes, he used to come visit my mom a lot. He studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal cases. He was very kind and considerate and straight as an arrow.
Unlike now, where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes.
That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago.
Did she try to go in his defense?
Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her.
Are we gonna mood matrix it him?
That's actually what I was thinking. I was a fool. How could anybody else know what I was talking about?
You heard the voice of his heart.
You were only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give testimony.
Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time.
But nothing I said did any good. I was shaking and a scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. But you're different now. You always got so bright and cheerful. Thanks. That's because one day I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. I wanted to save Simon, but I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, thanks to him. I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty when I studied it. I felt like she was there with me, supporting me.
Doesn't seem like Athena knows. Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow.
I wanted to prove Simon's innocent personally. I wanted to do it so bad, even now. I want to fly out here and go save him.
Come to think of it, she said something like that during the Seamus Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell.
I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was he? What did he say?
No, I can't tell her. How can I lie to Athena? Just say out like no comment. He's doing well. He's happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. He was.
He was?
He was?
I wonder if he smiled like he used to. Back then.
If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. Ah, I thought you might be here, Mr. Lawyer. We're in trouble. We are? What is it? I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session. Are they? Are they all in session? You thinking what I'm thinking, Earl?
What about the empty one? The one that exploded? What?
That's it. Haha, we used the one that's broken. And no one would bother going in there. Like, why would a trial be in session here? It's in ruins.
Oh no, but this is an emergency.
It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway.
There's also a trial in the school where Meanson has.
My phone. It's from Trucy.
I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages.
No, wait. We still have a little more time. Besides, all the courtrooms are being used right now.
Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first.
Uh-oh.
The poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think?
No, don't you dare hurt her. There has to be something I can do. The cruelest injustice is about to befall us.
No, this can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us.
Wait a minute. Maya.
Thanks, Maya.
Or somewhere that you're holding a trial in the middle of an exploding corpse. This would really something. It's a weird part, of course, for you. Corp blew up. That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all.
Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her?
Hold it!
Aura, please don't add to the crimes you've already committed.
So you know who I am, do you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep it a secret anyway.
We're ready to start the trial. We can hold it in the ruins of Courtroom 4. The one that was blown up by the bomber.
Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick.
I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. Guess it's only befitting. I'll get the place ready right away. Didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing factor. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven?
My brother? Heh. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you'll be defending.
What?
It's her.
Not Scoop Black.
I indict Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother.
Oh, good grief. What the crap is happening?
You'll be defending that little princess there, the one behind the glass.
What?
See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about, Athena? Of course, why did it never occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother? Oh
gosh.
no.
That sprite.
No! No! Okay, so I've fully come to the point where I actually do think the robot is the one that carried it out. And the robots have a heartbeat sensor. So we have to ask ourselves one question. If the coat wasn't on, was she already dead before the robot pierced her? You know what I mean? If there's no heartbeat, there's no heartbeat to sense.
The question is, where did the slash in that coat come from? Because, like, she didn't have a slash in that part of her body.
Yeah. And yet she has one right there. And not in the heart. Right? I think this is done post-mortem and she's already dead. Right? It doesn't look like there's any resistance on the arms. Not like she's trying to push something out. Right? It's just on her chest and that's it. And we see no slash on her left.
Like, why would the coat be on the floor? Like, especially if that's a cut one.
Right? If the robot can only tell someone by the coat, and it probably realized that it didn't need to look at her face because there's no heartbeat, so it didn't detect the person. right?
No way. It can't be true.
Mr. Nick, what's the matter?
I see 5 black Cyclocks. It's even the kind select before. Dark, black locks protecting the secret hidden deep inside a person's heart. And there's no way to remove them.